Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome to another Gportal tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to set up a Myth of Empires server. So Myth of Empires just went into early access today and it looks like an absolutely incredible game. But you're going to need your own server to do it. So if you head over to gportal.com and use code DAYR at checkout, you get 5% off your server. So let's jump over and see how we can set up our own server. Okay, so now that we're on the Gportal website, if you want to rent a server, what you would do is click rent a server and then click on Myth of Empires and then click order. So I'm going to jump over to the big screen now and we can set up our server. So now that we're on our server page, we're going to click on Myth of Empires and go to basic settings. Make sure that your server is turned offline. Give your server a session name. So this will be your in-game server name. So let's have it Gportal test server. Now, if we want to make our server private, this is where we would have a password. I'm going to leave it open for now. The description will be just a test server. You can put whatever you like there. The game server type, if you want PvP or PvE, this option is up to you. I would probably say PvE for starting off. The map difficulty rate, you can leave it 1, but I think the cap is 5, but you can do whatever you want on that. The server ID, I would probably say 100 to keep it at basic. I don't know much about that yet. If you want admins, you would go to Google and type in my Steam ID, and then you would find an ID, and you're looking for something along the lines of this. This is just a random account that I found. So what we're going to do now is carry on down. The chat, if you want the chat on, like can voice chat, self-enable your notices, things like that. Server admin, enable all notices. Save game interval per minute, so turn that on if you want your server saved every minute, or every few minutes. Raider can use shooter can move check. I'm not sure what that does. Dead corpse creates bag, yes, because we want loot on the floor. Open white will dead. I don't know what that does, but I'm assuming it's like open the loot bags when you're dead. That's up to you. All can rescue. I think that's more of a PvP thing. Can drop item, yes. Show flesh physical material effect, yes. Cluster ID, we're going to leave that at 0 for now. You can put in a welcome message here, which I'm just going to leave blank for now. When you first enter the server, you can just have enter the server or leave the server, whatever you want. You could also leave a message like, please come again, join our server anytime. So now we've got the save game intervals in minutes. I'm going to put this down to every 10, I should leave it 10 minutes is fine. You could have it whatever you want. Usually anything over 10 is a bit too long and maybe something happens or whatever, you kind of want to keep it backed up. NPC spawn multiplier 1.1. I'm going to put that up to 2.1. Initial capital copper, leave as 1. Your character count config, I'm going to leave it 0. Structure config 0. And we're just going to have a look through these. So the durable multiplier, that there, you could reduce that if you want. I think it's 0.5. So I'm going to put that down so stuff doesn't break as quick. The sleep player character destroyed in days. You can leave it to 7. You can change that to whatever you want. Add tame multiplier 1. Call horse distance is 6,000 meters. So that's quite far, but you could change that to whatever you want anyway. General quality in the PvE green, I'm just going to leave as it is. Same for blue, parse orange, red, green, blue, and so on and so forth. All these are just going to stay the same for now. You can go through and test these as you see fit. I have a lot of options here for Myth of Empires, so it's always good. Right, so one of the things we want to look at as well is the heat resistance. Here you can set it between 0 and 1, so I'm just going to leave as is, but between 0 and 1 is up to you how you want to do it. So moving on to general max, and what these are, I'm just going to leave basic as well. These are all up to you how you want to tame your server and set it up nicely. Okay, so the general seat work all hunger multiplier, so I would say probably leave this at 1, but I have looked online. A few people are saying that you could put it to 1.5 or 0.5 depending on which way you want. Character corpse lifespan, leave it as is. The animal corpse lifespan must be equal or less to 100. Set to 600 right now, but we can always come back and look at that later. The death item count in lifetimer is 1800. The player respawn time is 0, but if you want people to actually have a respawn time, so like 30 seconds, so they get a bit frustrated when they die, put that up. Murder time respawn, you know, and so on and so forth, all the way down. So now we've got the multipliers here for collection items. Now it can be between 1 and 2. I'm going to put them up to 2, and here I can my players will be able to collect a lot more items. Okay, so when you get down to the collect damage multiplier, just leave that as 1. Capital drop ratio PvP 1.5, and so on and so forth. We want to leave the refresh rates. You could probably put them a bit higher if you want. This basically is the respawn of the materials on the map. And scrolling down all the way, we've got like all the different resources there. All right, so now we're going on to damage multipliers. These I would say leave as is. You don't want to mess around with these too much. And then same for player resistances and things like that. So there is a lot of options, but fear not, we will get through them together, and hopefully you'll set up a really good server. So show your level distance. This here, I would keep it 3000. I did read a few things on this already. They're saying leave it as basic, but you can make it less if you want. So, and then scrolling down, we'll have the billboard distance, all that kind of stuff, all the basic stuff that we want to do, all the way down to PV only or self guild pickup death packages. So after all of that and all those settings, if you have any questions below, guys, feel free to ask them in the comments. Don't forget to leave a little like and hit that subscribe button for more Gportal guides or server guides, and we'll get them to you as quickly as we can. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.